Hello, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Day 5 of my little stakeout. Parents still not home. Lights on in the windows. But otherwise, still no sign of activity. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary's Mod. And when I saw this on the workshop, I knew I had to check it out. 11-year-old me would have been so stoked that this is something I can actually go and explore in VR. Because today, the map we're going to be exploring is GM Monster House. One of my favorite creepy and comfy movies as a kid, and when this came out, I didn't really have an interest in it. I remember thinking, oh, it's an animated kids movie, that's not going to be scary. But my mom got it for me as a gift on Halloween, and I put it in and absolutely loved it more than I expected. And it wasn't because I actually found it all that scary. It was simply because it had so much, charm to it. In a way that I really wasn't used to from animated movies. For a kids movie, it actually had some pretty big names behind it. But I think the reason why I and so many other kids loved it so much is because it gets right to the heart of the childhood desire to be right about that one creepy house on the block with a reclusive neighbor. Because every neighborhood has that one house that all the kids whisper stories about around the lunch table. A million different rumors about what goes on there and who lives there. And of course you know that it's probably not true, but, well, you still won't be the one to take the dare to go knock on the door. That's what Monster House was all about, that rotted old house completely out of place with the bright suburbia surrounding it. And every kid in the neighborhood knows that any toy that lands on that lawn is gone, forget about it. But when the neighbor is suddenly hospitalized, weird stuff starts happening, and 3 kids start a stakeout to try and figure out what's going on. It's a tremendous amount of fun, and even if you're an adult, I highly recommend it. And now, in 2025, 19 years later, I cannot believe how much time has passed. We had the opportunity to do some exploring of our own, and I am already amazed at how faithful of a recreation this is. That looks just like the house in the movie, and not only that, it seems like the entire neighborhood is here, including the upstairs bedroom that we watch it from. This place swallows up anyone who goes there, and the only way to find out what's really going on is to go get swallowed up ourselves. God, look at this. The child's bedroom with the telescope, the slanted ceilings with skylights. Every aspect of this movie was just maximum cozy, I swear. We can explore down the hall to what is presumably the parents' room. Although at this point in the story, the house is presumably empty, there's nevertheless a light on in each of the 2 upstairs windows. It is so huge and out of place among this street where everything else looks fairly normal, but this looks like something out of a children's storybook, an exaggeration of a haunted house. It's so massive, and yet its surfaces are so bare, except with its scant details serving to make it look like a face howling in terror staring at us from across the street. You only have to look at it for it to be personified, and that's why I love the art direction in this. The cartoonish elements actually stand out against the relatively realistic graphics, and that's how it was in the movie as well. I mean, there's such a level of care there that you don't really appreciate until you're older. There's such a level of care here in the map as well. This is such a faithful recreation of the house. Look, it's even got similar wall textures. And you don't need this for a Monster House map. If this was just meant to be a little tribute, you could easily just fence off that and put the 3D skybox around it. But here it is. It knows that the stakeout is part of the vibe. So it gives us that opportunity. God, I can only imagine the kind of stuff you could get up to in gameplay creatively here. Let's explore some of next door. This actually reminds me a lot of GM Northbury. Okay, we can't exit through the garage. And the fire is quite large and roaring for such a small space. It's actually kind of spilling out. Oh well, if I'm not here, it's not my problem. Wait, is something actually gonna happen to me on this map? Also, I just realized there is smoke rising from the chimney. It's a starry, cloudy night. And as I step outside, I realize that this town is completely asleep. So much so that even in the middle of suburbia, I don't know if anyone would notice anything if something were to happen to me. No one would see or hear a thing. Alright, let's cross this street, even though I already have the feeling I'm being watched, and see what's going on at Mr. Buscemi's house. I was gonna knock and then that happened. So we're going back to this. They didn't do this in the movie. Oh, wow. It really is huge in here and really quite dilapidated. Wow. Look at this. The ceiling's long collapsed. That entire room is completely unsafe. Plants left dead in the kitchen. Although I suppose this one corner is well kept. This is probably where he spent most of his time. Mr. Buscemi, you home? Hang on, wait. Yep. This is the comfiest feature I never knew I needed. Look, a little balcony within this room that's completely separate from the staircase going upward. I mean, sure, it's a fixer-upper, but it's far from a write-off. Look at me taking 2 steps into the haunted house and already deciding it's mine. How do squatters' laws work? He's gone for like 3 days and I can legally declare it mine? All I have to do is walk in the front door. I think that's how it works. Also, I did notice there's a vent over there, which we'll have to climb into. Do you think Mr. Buscemi wants a tenant? Because I can already see he's a connoisseur of the creepy and comfy. Look at that, he's got his fire going in his huge chamber right in front of the TV. This guy knows what's up. I have gained so much respect for him. And look, all these kids losing toys on his lawn over the years, do you know how much fun he probably has in here? Look at this, he's even got his own candlelit little library. I like to think that leaving a candle out is a tacit way of inviting me into one's home. It's back here. The stairs to the basement. Maybe we'll save that for last. Nope, we're going upward. Oh, it is very hard not to feel watched from every angle. I have vague memories of being in a house a lot like this as a kid, and part of me thinks there's no way that was real. I think another big part of the appeal of Monster House is that every kid gets curious about what's inside that creepy old house. They all want to explore it, but of course, usually it's just some old person's house. You could never actually do it. Imagine the idea of getting your friends together and arming up with your Nerf guns in a raid. Seems like the Chutes and Ladders School of Architecture is continued even up on the 2nd level. And I have felt watched since I got in here. Bathroom? Bathroom. Although I would be quite wary of using that bathtub. Oh my god. Dude, there is so much detail put into this. This place is collapsing, decaying. I wonder if the paramedics that took him away would make a note of this. Notify the health board that maybe somebody should come in for inspection and condemn it. Well, not if I have anything to say about it. Look, there's so many things just haphazardly strewn about. I feel like every huge recluse house ends up looking like this. Like, it's not quite a hoarder house, but there's stuff just stashed everywhere. There doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason to it. Dude, look, this is perfect. Like, when people come in trespassing, trying to see what's up with this place, he turns out the lights, he watches them enter the doorway and go looking around, and then he gets out his comically oversized head shears and snips that, and it falls on them and flattens them like a cartoon. Look, if you're going to live in a cartoon house, you have to subscribe to Cartoon Logic. It's on the lease agreement. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my. It seems this hallway was a casualty of the collapse, and he had his own solution. Meaning he was aware of the state of this place. Oh my god. This was his room. It must have been. Wait! That's directly across from my window. So all those times I was staking this place out, looking at those darkened windows, remember, the lights were not on when they took him. He could have just been lying right here, staring me dead in the eyes. Now there's a thought. God, he just lives like this. Dude, every Urbex part of my brain is freaking out about this. I would not be walking around up here. Nope. Oh. He kept another bedroom. But why? I mean, not only did he have another bedroom, but he actually maintained it. He placed these boards so that it would be walkable. Well, walkable is a strong word. Let's keep going. Look at the splintered wood. This is an enormous amount of detail. Even in Gary's mod, I feel compelled to tighten my shoulders and walk as slowly as possible. There's so much graphical fidelity here. All right, into the attic. Well, at least the floor is intact. And it seems like this, too, was being actively lit. He was maintaining it. Ooh, and that looks like a trap door. And another bedroom hidden in the attic. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this was where you keep your victims. But I do know better, and I'm not sure that's what's going on here. Oh, look. No, I mean, there's a bookshelf, heat, and the bed does look comfortable. It's just this room, that slanted roof. We are right in the corner. Was he sleeping in different rooms every night, maybe? Did he have some reason to move around, some paranoia? Kind of reminds me of the Sarah Winchester legends. This is a mystery house in completely different ways. Let's see what's going on down here. I would bet anything that leads to the library landing. Let's try not to have a hard landing ourselves. Yep, that's gotta be it. Here we are. That's not a vent, it's actually a secret escape hatch. Why would he do something like that? This house has been here longer than anybody can remember. I wonder if he oversaw the actual construction. He had it built to his specifications. Well, with everything else explored, I guess it's time to go see the basement. I think we found some of the missing toys. Oh my... Look at that, an entire playset, a police car, and a cage. Okay, I think we're gonna start getting into movie spoilers now, so if you want to go see it, do yourself a favor. Okay, a police car I can almost understand because it's mobile. How this thing got here is anyone's guess. Look. Oh, and look, a big furnace over there. There's even some flooding. And look at this. These are all custom assets, too. This map is so impressive. You could not have asked for a better love letter to this movie. Doesn't seem like we can get in there, not that we'd really want to. But now the question is, if I don't already know, is what's up with that cage in the corner? That is a human skull, a burial site. Safety Glock, you got this one? You in fact do not, I am sorry. Is there, wait. So maybe there's a key somewhere. Not that it much matters, we can already see this. Look around, all these different things from actually different generations of toys that have ended up on the lawn. It all comes down here. That pool of liquid in the corner, the lumpy ground, it's not unlike being in a big stomach. And those who know the movie know that that is not at all an unfair comparison. Now, just so that there's cohesion in this video, and for those who don't care to watch the movie at this point, I have warned you. So what this is, well, Old Man Buscemi's wife. But he did not kill her. He is not a murderer. No, see, she was a circus freak, was very large in her life, and from that she grew very bitter at the way she was treated by people. Did not like pretty much anyone except for Old Man Buscemi, and during the construction of this house, she actually, in an accident, became buried in the foundation. In doing so, she actually possessed the house, became the house, and ever since, he's kind of cultivated his reputation as the mean old killer, specifically so that people would stay away and she wouldn't be able to hurt them. In other words, we are in probably the worst possible place for us right now. Look, you can even see where he's patched a hole in the floor, which means we're probably not the first to check this out. Or maybe she had to make some room for the car. It's such a dark story for a kid's movie, and I love it. That's what I like about it, is that even though I don't find it particularly scary, it's at least willing to go places that a kid's movie normally wouldn't. It doesn't talk down to them or treat them like they're stupid. It just tells an enjoyable story in a manner that is fine for kids, or at least that they can decide if they want to watch it or not. Like, I can't stand how so much children's horror has to somehow circle back to being a comedy. This wasn't afraid to have genuine horror and drama. Because kids can handle a lot more than they get credit for, I think. Now, if we have a look around, is there anything about the neighborhood we should know? Anything around the back of the house? No, not that I can see. There is the dumpster that seemingly acts as an exhaust for the furnace. It does sort of look like the map was just kind of plopped into the middle of GM Northbury. Oh, look at this. There's actually a fair amount to explore out here. Look, there's a whole playground and a park. Anything else out here? There's an explorable gas station. Seems like this place is equally deserted. Look at this. This building is enterable as well. What, you had time left over when you were done making probably the best recreation of this house? Something that has such little reference material? And you decided we needed an entire, well, this place? Actually, seeing the arcade machines, I realized this is a location from the movie. This is incredible. This is a childhood dream coming true right in front of my eyes. Like, look at this. Even this, the lighting, those lamps hanging over diner booths, even something as simple as a little cup left over on the table, it is just so cozy. And then there's that hulking out-of-place horror. Oh my god, that is such a fantastic creative liberty. It's got an eye in the back of its head. Its shape even makes it look like it's peeking. There's an enterable house over here as well. I'm sure there's a lot reused from GM Northbury here. But even still, it's such a wonderful application. I wonder when Stubb actually got the idea to create this. Like, was it during the production of Northbury? Was it looking at the assets afterwards? Or was the idea to use them just something that seemed to fit in the moment? Hey, would you look at that? There's a bunch of fences down back here. The house itself is not enterable, but that's a bit of a strange choice. It's weird, the town around this is not just filler. It's not just backdrop. I don't think we'll be able to... Oh, we can enter this. Yes, thank you. Look at that road leading off into the darkness under a mountain. There's an enterable house here, too. Oh, hello. Hang on, I'm just walking around up here to see if there's a key somewhere. Just noticed there's a ladder going even further up. Oh my god! Oh. Hey there. Thank you. What is this? Some kind of generator? So, this is the attic, huh? Oh my god, you actually got me with the scare from GM Northbury. You hit me again. There's something... I knew this corner was weird. There's something over here. Hang on. Is that just a texture? It looks a little bit 3D. There is... Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, I've been walking around forever. Can we get rid of this stuff? Hang on, let me reload. Can we get rid of this stuff? I'm just wedging it further back. It's gonna be so hard to get in there. You know what? Gravity gun? Okay, we got it. Alright, let's get ourselves down there. This way to basement. I'm not gonna have a light, which is an issue, and grasping things is weird, thankfully. The basement is one of the best lit places in the map. Let's try it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what that was supposed to accomplish. Also, Mr. Buscemi is not going to be happy. Okay, let's get up there. How about we just head on out? How about we just call this a win? You know, we learned the secret of what was going on at the monster house across the street. And now we can just toodle-do. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that, it transforms into its monster version. That is so cool. And look, it even projects its angry window eyes onto the ground. Look at this, the roof and some window beams collapsing to give it the expression of an angered brow. The porch completely splintering, giving it the appearance of rows of jagged teeth. It is incredible how this nondescript, old-looking house is able to be personified so easily without resorting to just straight up giving it a face. And the thing is, I think this is how a lot of kids see these things when their imagination runs wild. It's part of the reason why so many stories form around these neighborhood legends. And that's what Monster House was always about, was bringing to life the neighborhood legends that every kid has their equivalent to. And it has been so amazing to finally get over this unresolved part of my childhood where we didn't get to see a whole lot of the interior in the movie. But even still, I think, you know, if we dig her up and bury her in the pet cemetery, she'll come back as an undead creature, and then we can just kind of kill her again from there, but somewhere else, and then the house will be unhaunted. So, you know, life hacks. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this map out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. This is so friggin' cool.